Oh, y'all know how we do. Says we're live. Let's see. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Alfred. That's Carmen. As you can see, she's working on a project.
What project?
I don't know, but it's over there. This is better for today. Like I'm trying my nose.
No.
Um, if you in the room, let us know you're here so we can shout you out. I hope you guys had a pretty good New Year's Day. We pretty cool. Went down to the ministry,
I went to church, yeah.
watered in with our ministry, which is pretty cool. Um, Came on home and
Passed out.
chilled out. Hey, Mima, chilled out. All day yesterday. Went back to work today. And we just coming on today to we say jumpstart. Bishop in the room already. Jumpstart our new year.
Right.
Just some ideas on how to make the year prosperous. We had a tough 2024 was something. It was something, but we made it through.
No.
And so we're going to make sure that this year we're going to do our best to be prosperous. And so we wrote a few. I wrote a few things. What's up, Keish? In regards to how to make this year prosperous, you have any ideas?
I have a lot of ideas.
Okay, so we're gonna go with her ideas. She's the smart one. You're the pretty and the smart one.
Aren't you sweet?
Yeah.
Well, what we said.
Stops there. Anyway.
We said we're going to collectively put our money together, meaning what you bring in for the month, what I bring in for the month, and then what's owed for the month, what's left over, and we're going to put the money so that we can get residual income from it.
That's correct.
Right.
Budget.
Right.
Budget some more.
Right.
So a long time ago, and I haven't implemented this, but I think I need to start. A young lady by the name of Victoria Ammons taught us the key to budgeting. And one of the things she taught me was to journal. Like some people think that you shouldn't supposed to have a journal for your life. You should have a journal for your money. You should have a journal for your health. You should have a journal for a whole lot of things that you're doing. And so budgeting is key. Like my wife said, you take what you got coming in, you see what you got going out. Preferably what you got coming in is more than you got going out. And then you take what's left over and do something with it. We're going to really, really clamp down on that this year. Do something with our money in regards to investing. We have gotten a very late start. It's my fault. Blame it on the...
Listen, we were living. That's what it is. And just misappropriation of funds.
Well, I'm glad she ain't blamed me.
No, I'm going to say that everybody is guilty of misappropriating funds and then later having doubt, feeling bad about it. I felt bad about it maybe a couple of days. But I had fun.
Oh, you had fun.
You understand? And we're living,
I ain't never think I was gonna get this old, but we here. So yeah, budgeting is key. The other one we had was set attainable goals.
Yeah.
Attainable goals. Goals that you can reach. Don't make no whole list. just go one at a time. Check it off. Check it off. Check it off. Even the ones that you don't accomplish, or the ones that you set your sights on and it didn't come through, write down what you learned from it.
Right.
Write down some of the things that you learned from it. Because how does somebody say? Formula 409 was 408 tries.
Right. Till he got to what he wanted.
I had written down, hold on, let me pull this up. Carmen done got me hooked on this.
Oh, Lord.
This website.
Well, the other one does it just as good.
We got a big treat for y'all today as well. And we're gonna talk about that as we finish our segment. So we said goals, we said budgeting, mental health.
Yeah.
Please do something about your mental health. Y'all crazy out there. Y'all just crazy as God knows what. And you just need to do something about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Rel, you need to be on hold on, let me answer this.
Yeah, mental health care, self-care is important.
It's extremely important.
Your finances. I think they all go in conjunction.
It's extremely important because, how can I say it? It's one of the most forgotten about aspects.
We put it aside.
I think it's just been so frowned on in the Black community that, you know, it's almost like it's you're crazy if you go.
I'm going to say that's with the older community. I think
you're crazy if you don't.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying as far as accepting it, I think that this newer generation are more accepting, receiving it, and actually going out getting some self-help.
I like this one where it says contribute to others. Volunteer and contribute to your community. If y'all know my wife, y'all know she's Mother Teresa.
No, I'm not.
Rel, what's up? The topic is Jumpstart in 2025. Some of the things we need to do to make this a more prosperous year. And we got a special guest to talk about them IULs that you had on there. Okay.
I like the IULs, and I'm also thinking of the Roth IRAs.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to not only invest for us, but I want to get us to a place where we can start dumping large amounts into the IUL for us, and then create those IUL for the boys.
Okay.
And then that's when I want to get the Roth IRA to invest in those ETFs, I think they're called.
My wife is.
I've been listening to quite a few bloggers.
She's alphabeting me. All right, so we said journal. No, we said budgeting.
Right.
Mental health. Set clear goals.
Right.
Giving.
Yes.
Or contribute to others. In let's just say I don't know, 3 months, go back and evaluate your progress. See where you're at.
Yeah.
You got to start writing stuff down. You got to start being able to check you against you.
I want to be more intentional with it. I don't want to just talk about it. I want to be about it. Shut up. Out of control. But I think being intentional, and consistent with it, I think that's setting ourselves up for success.
So I read something today. Was Lie What Up? Was a really good article, and it was about time. And if you can remember me saying this over and over again, it said we have to get into a relationship with time.
Yes.
You have to treat time like it's a partner.
Right.
Because if not, you're going to think you have enough of it, and you don't.
Right.
And so what I've been doing, well, it's only been my first day. So my first day is consciously being aware of what I'm doing with my time.
Yes.
Consciously. Number one, you're going to have to break your relationship with your phone.
Yeah.
You're going to have a divorce. Mm-hmm. But if you are on your phone, use it for something worthwhile. Opposed to just, aimlessly wasting time. That time can be used for something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? One of the things I read, it also said you need to stop scrolling and pick up a book. Pick up a book. A book is intentional.
Yeah.
Scrolling is not.
No.
Scrolling is not.
I lost it.
Continuous learning was what it was emphasizing. You're never too old to learn.
Right.
Minister said, excellent point, Alfred Myers, having a relationship with that which we call Father Time. Yeah, Minister, we I can't even say it without laughing. We have forgotten that time is our most taken for granted gift. We take it for granted. We always think we got enough of it, and we never do have enough of it. What's up, Mal? People don't realize that time is really, I'm telling you, until you don't have no more of it. So we had, let's see what we got, cons. We said set goals, mental health, financial health, budgeting, giving, evaluate your progress. And this one is good. It says stay organized and disciplined.
Right.
But some of us, hey, Miss Nancy, my Louise, what up, Preem? Some of us don't realize we need help in those areas. And a lot of the help is right here on the computer.
Yeah.
But you got to be disciplined enough to when you're on your computer to not scroll off to Facebook or TikTok or Twitter and stuff like that. Like Calm said, the key is being intentional. The key is being intentional. This year, I'm gonna tell you, we just went and had, I guess you call it dinner at the Chinese restaurant.
Oh yes.
And man, I was so overcome with gratitude that I could literally sit somewhere and choose what I wanted to eat. I mean, when you drive up and down the road and see people out there, I just be wondering where are they going.
And it's not just because it's the season or not just because it's cold. It's just because it's summer, winter, fall, spring. I mean, when you see people out there, we take so for granted.
Just take so much for granted.
What we get to do.
You understand what I'm saying?
What we really get to do.
And I think my gratitude is going to grow more this year. In my serving. We've been up here probably 3 years now?
Right. Going
on 4 years. And we have yet to locate the shelters. We have yet to locate any of the food pantries.
Right.
So I think this year I'm gonna really, really reach out to find those places up here.
Yeah.
Minister says we treat Father Time like he is a deadbeat that never deserved our attention and been feeling entitled to his presence in our lives while we do disrespect them, La.
Yeah.
We do disrespect them. So one of the things that we notice in the Black community is a lack of life insurance.
Definitely.
I don't know why we don't get life insurance. It seems like it's some kind of a monster that we just don't want to get life insurance.
They don't like to talk about, and I'm saying we take it so for granted to say to somebody, do you have life insurance on your kids? because tomorrow, the next second isn't promised to us, so we don't know.
Especially if you're out there in them streets.
You don't know. Hey, you could be just look at the people in Bourbon Street.
But I'm saying if you intentionally, if your line of work
is in them streets,
got you out there in them streets,
don't look for a GoFundMe. Put a policy on that person.
So we were fortunate at, I don't know, long time ago to understand the importance of life insurance. Well, and then recently we ran into a different type of life insurance.
Correct.
What is it called? IUL?
IUL. Index Universal Life Insurance Policy.
The gentleman we got coming on tonight is man, I can't even, ain't no words to describe this dude, man. I mean, this dude has talked me off more cliffs than I can even talk about, man. And he's got a lot of titles, but the title that I hold the dearest is friend.
Yeah.
He's a real good friend of ours, and he is now mentoring me into getting my life insurance thing.
Right. I can't
license.
Thank you, Beth.
my life insurance license, so that I can start to disperse this life insurance. Let me read what Marilyn says. I have a women's ministry group. I just challenged them for the new year to take out an old pocketbook that they don't want anymore. Put a wash, floor, toothbrush, deodorant bar, toothpaste, any other sanitary goods, etc. On the 25th of January. Hey, Mills, we are taking them out to homeless women. It's time for us as a people to showing seeds. Stop taking everything that we have for granted. These small items mean so much to people. You would never believe. Yeah, that's right.
That's excellent.
His book, Healing the Father Wound, has transformed my life. But we ain't here to talk about that. We're here to talk about this life insurance. So this is Steve the Life Coach. We call him Bishop. What's going on, sir?
Hey, bless you, Al. What's going on, dude? Hey, Carmen.
How you doing today?
Hey, doing great. You all are sounding great, and always good to see you. Happy New Year to both of you all.
Same to you, sir. Same to you, sir. So we gave them a little tidbit of what it is that this IUL is about, and you can take it from here.
Wow. You know, first, Al, when I just listening to you and Carmen just sharing, when we talk about prosperity, it has to be a strategy. And even as you all lifted up writing the vision, you all talked about having goals and budgets. All of these are intentional things where it just don't happen.
That's right.
And so I'm just grateful for the example that you both are living. And I think, Al, you shared that you started late in the financial game. I started late, and many of us, we just were not informed.
That's right.
On the financial piece. Hello, Nancy. Hello, others. Please forgive my manners. I'm just speaking to Carmen and Al, but everybody on Facebook, good evening. I'm learning how to do this Facebook thing. Hey, please be patient with me. God ain't through with me yet.
That's right.
But Al, even as you lifted up, just starting late, that's really where I was with my retirement and with my planning, and even just looking at the whole perspective of what you lifted up, the IUL. Man, I just knew that I needed a strategy because none of us is getting younger. We're getting older, and the older we are, the more expensive things are, and the harder it is to get it. In particular, dealing with insurance. And I came across this a couple of years ago, and it really just ignited. It ignited. Hey, Mother Joyce, it just ignited my heart learning about the IUL, the Index Universal Life, and when we look at car insurance, we think about you really don't need car insurance until you're in an accident. or until something happened. But when we look at the Index Universal Life, we refer to this as insurance you don't have to die to use.
Right.
And life insurance you don't have to die to use. Because I remember growing up back in the country, my grandfather, every week the insurance agent would come to his house with a little notebook, and my grandfather would pay the 50 cents or the 25 cents or what. Now I'm telling my age on that, but they would pay they would pay that. But then when we realized years later, when my grandfather passed, it was no life insurance.
Wow.
It was in putting all of that money in. And so many of us just have, as you all talked about, just a negative, I think it was you, Carmen, talking about the negative stigma connected with life insurance. And like you said, we have to break the mindset in knowing that we really are destroyed by lack of knowledge and what we don't know. And so when we look at when we look at the Index Universal Life, this is an opportunity where you're able to have a policy on yourself, and not only on yourself, like Carmen mentioned, you can have it on your children, you can have it on your grandchildren, and it's a policy that offers several things. Number one, it offers living benefits. And I'd never even heard, I don't know if you all heard of that before starting this journey, Al, but I'd never heard of living benefits. In doing research, the number one reason for people to go file bankruptcy is dealing with medical expenses. And so, I mean, even though they may have medical insurance or whatever, but man, it's just exorbitant, the cost of medical insurance. But with the IUL, it offers what we refer to as living benefits in case someone comes down with cancer, or come down with a heart attack, or come down with a stroke. They're able to tap into the policy to utilize the funds for whatever they need. And so the benefit of that is that maybe they want to just try some type of treatment outside the country, or alternative medicine that medical insurance won't cover, or maybe dealing with critical condition or whatever. They want to go on a vacation. They want to spend that time. They literally have the opportunity to use that any way they desire. Based on the living benefits. But the next thing I want to lift up, and then I'm going to just open it back up to you all for any questions or comments that you have, is that this is the IUL Index Universal Life. And when we talk about index, is that your monies are not tied up to the market, because we know the market does what? It goes up and down. And have you ever noticed why we seeing so many senior citizens working at Walmart? It's not that they didn't plan, but we're living longer. And the regular retirement and 401k, what you thought is in that account, once you get that age, you recognize that you're being taxed on that. And then there's fees connected with it. But with the IUL, this is a tax advantage retirement where your money is taxed before it go in. And so it's a tax shelter. And when we look at the IUL, we look at this as an investment strategy. It's not just for burial, but it's an investment strategy. And unfortunately, in our community, we're the last ones to know, because information isn't readily shared. But when we look at insurance and how we can use it as an investment strategy, we recognize that we're able to put money in our insurance policy that's non-taxable. And so we have that, we build up the value in that. In different times throughout your life, you can pull money out for special needs or whatever you desire to do, or to be a blessing to your family, or even if you have an emergency or whatever. It's your policy. And so you have the opportunity to tap in and to utilize that still while having coverage. And so I think I think Al and Carmen, just the idea that we're not just talking about burial, and we have to enlarge our understanding of life insurance and looking at that as a strategy for financial wealth for us in generational wealth by utilizing the IUL.
So go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say what he said, how we have to change our minds and stuff. Not only about the policy, but I lost my train of thought that quick.
Oh, look at me.
Go ahead, you talk. It's going to come back.
No, I want to hear your train of thought.
Hey, I'm not jumping in the middle of this.
That train done left the station.
It did. I had a blonde moment. I'm sorry. Oh no. Okay, so I got it. That they not only have this stigma about life insurance policies, but it's about investing.
Yeah.
We are such consumers.
Yeah.
That we get so caught up in having these labels, opposed to taking those funds. I mean, you only got 2 feet,
right?
And I mean, how many can you wear? I mean, we got a lot of shoes.
What you trying to say, though?
But what I'm saying,
let me have a session with you all after this.
She straight threw me under the bus.
No, we have to learn to, instead of feeding Louis and Gucci and Chanel, we have to take that money and invest it. Right. So that you get some return. You understand? Because then you say, "Oh, I can sell this." You're never going to sell it.
Yeah.
And by the time somebody get it, you've done worn it out. It ain't worth what you paid for it.
Right.
So we as a culture have to learn to stop being that much of a consumer.
Yeah.
And investing more in so that the kids can learn.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. And Carmen, let me say this. When you talk about even just before we came on, I was looking at an illustration that I was just drawing up. It was for like a 5-year-old child. And I heard you talk about the importance of generational wealth, not just for us, but we understand that a good man, a good woman leaves an inheritance for their children's children. And I was looking at how do we, our name is important, but a GoFundMe account isn't a financial strategy.
That's right.
It is.
And at the same time, I'm grateful for GoFundMe account and the generosity of people.
Right.
But and like you said, even dealing with like homeless shelter, given that ought to be a part of our nature. You follow me? Everything isn't for us to eat and to consume by ourselves. But when we look at this whole idea of preparing for our children, the illustration that pulled up was for a 5-year-old child. And now understand, other communities, they've been putting insurance on their children and grandchildren for years. And this illustration that I created was for a 5-year-old child with the parents or the grandparents putting $100 away a month on that child. By the time that 5-year-old becomes 20, that child had almost like $30,000 that he or she would be able to access. And then you look at that same 5-year-old child, by the time they grow up, and once they hit 60, 65, in the illustration, it was roughly over $600, almost $700,000 that they had access to. And so they could use that as a retirement income where they could tap into that. They're still doing their job, their careers, but how much further along would we have been if our grandparents and great grandparents would have understood the opportunity tapping into like the IUL and utilizing insurance to give us the advantage in life. And so the question that I think someone asking is IUL is similar to the whole life, but the IUL is index, and the purpose of index, and that's a totally, you all know I come from a spiritual background, pastoring and all of that, but I've always been fascinated by insurance. When I first came out of college, I got my insurance license, and several years later, I had talked to a national firm about even opening up, and I've always been fascinated. But now in this phase of my life, I really understand more so now than any other time that you really can't separate your treasure from your heart. And so when we understand finances is not just a financial thing, but it is a spiritual thing. And when we look at the opportunity of being a blessing to our grandkids and not only to our grandkids, but to ourselves, and even starting late. Me having an IUL my age, I'm paying more had I started this at 20 or 25 or whatever. And guys, I was throwing the money away just like most of us. And we think that money is going to always come like that. And so we're appreciative for what you all are sharing, because you all are speaking to the whole gamut of it. And so when we look at the IUL, it's dealing with index as opposed to being in the market, because if your money is in the market, we remember right around like 2008 dealing with the housing crisis, that everything was in the market and it just crashed. But if it's index, whatever you put in, even if you look at an annuity or IUL, the guarantee is guaranteed that there will be no losses because it has a floor. It has a floor. Even when the market goes down, the index stays right there. And so that's why we're seeing so many people with a retirement because the market, it can go up, but it's at a high risk. Also, not only going up, but going down. And life is too valuable to play with our money, especially as we are living longer and we're healthy. It's that we have to make solid financial decisions for where we are and for our children and our grandchildren.
Somebody else.
Dude, boy, right here, boy.
Hey, Al, I knew you were on, so I had to come with my A-game, baby boy.
Poochie says, okay, with the full policy, how much does it cost? As soon as you get the policy, would it be active, or it's something that is active in 2 years?
No, the policy would be active as soon as the approval of the policy. And understand, with life insurance is based, and I got a different perspective of this. Life insurance is based on your health, and we've been saying for years, health is wealth. But now seeing it on this, I got a totally different perspective. I got a totally different perspective that if we're unhealthy or we have healthy challenge, you can get insurance, but it's going to be more costly. And I think that's another reason, even looking at insuring our children and grandchildren. And I mean, we know Christmas just passed, but they're going to have a birthday this year, or we're at the beginning of the year, where you can start off, even if it's just $50 or whatever, you're able to start off with that, and then you're able to increase and to build. And so once again, once the policy is accepted and the payments received, the policy is enforced then. So you don't have to wait for a couple of years or whatever, at whatever age the policy is given.
Poochie, you taking notes?
Yeah, who's Poochie, Al? Who's Poochie?
She's a friend of mine from the projects.
All right, so we're in Harlem now, right? We're in
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. We're in Brooklyn. All right, what's going on, Brooklyn?
Okay, so
and now let me say this: even in insuring our children, there's a phrase when we look at insurability. We have some individuals, as soon as a child is born and not too long after, they put a policy on it, and they're not looking at it as a death. Once again, we got to shift that paradigm. But they're setting them up for generational blessings. And so even as they're set up with the policy, the face value of it, we see that hey, there go my babe. I see that, man. Why y'all do that to me? Why y'all put? She says, man, let's pick this up next week. I'm done now. I'm done. But Al, even when we look at just taking care of our children, it's an investment. You follow me? And it's a priority. And thank God for the jeans and the Jordans and all of that. But man, that's going to pass away. And so we have to put focus and prioritize our priorities.
So Lionel says, we call him Minister because that's all he do is go
Yeah.
Who you call him Minister what? Minister Hey, bless you, Minister. Let me respond to this question. Which is better term, a whole life, and why? It depends on the situation. You see, even as we talk about IUL, that may not be beneficial or even affordable for everybody at different phases. And so one of the things that I wanted to share, even for those who are watching tonight, they can inbox me and they can inbox Al, and we would love to do just a policy review or to go into some things personal based on your situation and see what would be the best scenario based on where you are in the goals that you're trying to achieve for yourself and for your family.
All right, so what do we got here? Fee says, whole life with term, it ends and you lose all you've paid into it at a certain age.
Whole life with term, it ends and you lose all you paid into. I can't answer that. Fee, if you just inbox me and I can get some answers to you, and I want to make sure that I'm clear with what you say. And I'm fortunate even just to be able to do life with my life partner. And this is how we met. We met through insurance and through our company, and she's been the leader of the largest African American segment of our company in the whole country. And so now I partner with her in all of the heavy cases. I pass on to her because we're still learning. And even Al, you shared about the opportunity that you're looking forward to getting your license, and I think with your love for people and understand that this is more than just an opportunity for you to achieve financially, but the lives that you're helping, and down through the years, I can't even tell you how many individuals came to me personally or to the ministry needing help financially doing the loss, and grief is a monster. And even as you all shared earlier about mental health, I would encourage individuals to focus on developing your will. As we at the start of the year, look at your policies. It's an ideal time to reassess to see what adjustments that you need to make in your will or with your policies, or to look at everything as opposed to just going forward. Okay.
All right. Somebody else says, I think you answered this, but I think they answered the same question.
Okay.
So whole life better than term life. I think you kind of answered that.
Yeah, I did. Everyone has different needs.
Right.
And that's what we do. We do what's called a needs assessment.
Right.
And because what you need may not be the same someone else's their need. And so just based on the needs and to determine what an individual need, and then not only what they need, but the bottom line, what can they afford?
Mm-hmm.
And because I mean, they may need 500,000 or they may need 200,000, but they may not be able to afford 200,000. So if they can just afford 100,000, you know, the principle I live with the sham card: start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can do. And so we can't make a blanket answer for that.
Right. So then it says, is there a medical exam once you reach a dollar amount on the policy?
It depends on what company that we're dealing with, and then also it depends on the age of the person.
Okay.
And that may be just coming to your house for urine sample or blood sample or whatever. But once again, life insurance is based on the health of the person, and so everything medically, your MIB, which like let's say credit bureau, but your for the medical, all of your records are in there. And let me say this to folk, man, don't be lying on no applications and tell them
oh my God.
Tell you're a non-smoker and you got 2 chimneys coming out of your head. No, because it's all in our record.
Okay.
And so that's how we look at that.
In Dennis' aspect, he probably his wife can more than likely get the policy for them.
Why can't he get it? Oh, because, right.
So to do it at their age, at our age, and that's how they could dump the money in there.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Not necessarily put it in his name, but have it in her name, and he could be, or
beneficiary. He could if they own the policy or whoever owns the policy. Yeah.
What's your email address?
My email is swb@stephenwbanks.org. And also, now we're on Facebook and YouTube. You can connect with me on Facebook with my name, Stephen W. Banks. And even if you just want to talk more, yeah, there you go. That's awesome, Al. Al, I love you, man. Hold on. I need to take a picture of that. My name's scrolling.
I got more.
And so feel free to just reach out, and Alice and myself, and like I said, just grateful for Al and just his heart to even just pursue and go forth in this business, because it's a phenomenal business. When we look at even like with our company, with our company. Our company probably has about 95% Asian. And so the African American market is wide open. But once again, we don't restrict it to just sell into African American, because these policies, they benefit individuals across the board. And my man Dennis said, I already had cancer. It's not a secret. I want people to know so they can get checked out. Health is wealth. Dennis, thank you so much for sharing that. And like you say, health is wealth. And even let's say with the IUL, and someone comes someone comes down with cancer with IUL, they're able to tap into it. There's a situation where dear friend, his wife had cancer, and so they had good medical insurance and everything. But even just locally, they wasn't satisfied, so they went out of state for their treatment. And so that you're looking at the expense of travel, you're looking at hotel, you're looking at all of these. And when you look at the IUL and being able to tap into the IUL for critical conditions, you use that money how you desire to use it. And so they would have been able to use that for travel or for any other expenses or that they desired.
Yeah,
he is. Go ahead.
I was going to say, and Dennis, I was just being discreet. I mean, I know you said it before on Facebook, but I was just being discreet and respectful for you. But want you to get the information. Yeah. And they actually relocated to Thailand.
Yeah.
Who
did Dennis?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow. And so you look at just medical expenses stateside, it's exorbitant. I mean, we know that. We all know that. And so Dennis' story is not uncommon for individuals. And my heart goes out to individuals who don't have any type of health insurance or life insurance. And so once again, we don't want to pass judgment on anyone. Mm-hmm. And so I'm just grateful that this is an opportunity to be a blessing, to aid people wherever they are in their life. And even when we understand generationally that we want to be able to give our children and our grandchildren the advantage. And when we look at the word of God, we see that he gives us the power to obtain wealth. In the insurance and policies, the right policies give you the opportunity to have your finances tax-free and to be a shelter. And so people they've been putting money in insurance policy for years. Mm-hmm. For years. And so this isn't new. The IUL isn't a new concoction that we made on Halloween or whatever. So, man, once again, Carmen, we're destroyed for lack of knowledge. So even the opportunity to share, I think a young lady just posted about saying that she need the policy. We definitely will follow up with you and how that's going to work. I live in New York. With the change, how they would get the blood. No, with the blood work, you have different. Carmen, what is it called? Like different medics or
so if they set up the policy for you, they would make arrangements. The insurance company would make arrangements for a traveling nurse for their company to go visit you in your location.
That's it, right? And so wherever you are, and one of the things that we're licensed, we're literally able to sell policies anywhere throughout the United States. And what we do, we will have a Zoom session for those outside the area, a Zoom session, and we'll just share more detail about the IUL. And then we'll look at like what I shared, the needs analysis. We'll look at that, and then we'll come up based on what you feel, based on what's presented, and what you're able to afford, to look at some options to see what best fits you. And so we're able to do that. And then even this weekend, we have a major leadership conference that Alice and I were hosting here in Dallas. Oh, there she go. Look, she beat me to it. And invite them for certain. You see. Hey, you all would think she's in the living room, but she's out getting her nails did. So we have an event, and it's on my page, and plus I want to encourage you to follow Alice page and her page on Facebook. Al, if you can put this there for me, it's Alice R. Banks, ALICER Banks, and she's phenomenal. And one aspect about Alice that, well, I love everything about her, but she's a builder, and her vision is to really to go after women in particular. And she has a story, and we're gonna look at some formats to share with what she's been through different abuse and things that she's dealt. She feels her passion is to empower women to free them up financially, so that they can go about their assignment. And so, so I'm just great, and it's more to it than just the policy. We want people to be free. We want people to know whenever, and we know the Lord's going to call us home. But that's going to be all of us. But we don't want to live in fear. But we want to make sure not only our spirit is in alignment with the will of God, our heart and our soul, but we want to make sure financially, he said, that it's the will of God that we'll prosper and be in health. And so we want to take care of the whole person.
Man, Dennis wrote, I found out I had it by trying to get more insurance.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Right. The amount he needed an exam. I definitely, and the blood work came back with white. I get it. Wow. I get it. Because in especially brothers, all of us, we need to make sure we're doing our annual checkups. Brothers with your PSA, dealing with the prostate, and we look at high blood. And guys, we have to eat better. We have to get to a place where we don't allow stress is a killer. High blood pressure and all of that. And so when we talk about bringing our lives into order, we're talking about spiritually, emotionally, physically, financially. And let me say this: we didn't get to the situation where we are overnight, and it's not going to change overnight.
Right.
But just like you and Carmen, what you all lifted up earlier about coming up with a strategy and looking at vision and budgeting and planning, that's how we get there. And we don't get there by getting slain on the altar and rolling on the no. But if that's the case, I would dive forward on the altar. No. Right. No. But Al, I just appreciate you and Carmen, man. You know the love I have for you all. I mean, and it goes back a long ways. And like you said, last year was a challenging year for you, and for you all. And I'm grateful that you all were able to navigate through that, through the grace of the Lord and the help of awesome men and women of God in your life. But I want to go on record, even dealing with some of the darkest seasons in my life. It was Team Myers who reached out to me. You follow me? It was tell the truth, shame the devil. It was Team Myers, man. When I'm still having to minister and to serve others, but dealing with challenges behind the scene, even financial, and just dealing with mental. God, I know you called me for that. Why is this not happening? And all of that. I never will forget. Carmen reached out and asked, what kind of food do you like? And man, I could have given her a whole list. It's easier for me to tell her the food I don't like as opposed to tell her the food that I like. And this is, I think, why the Lord's going to honor you all in such a way. Man, Carmen literally cooked and prepared meals for me that lasted, I don't know, maybe a week and a half or 2 weeks. and nothing was said, nothing was done. All of this was behind the scene. And you don't know what it's like to have somebody show kindness and go beyond to help you. And Carmen, I want you to know, and Al, both of you all, that the Lord is not unrighteous concerning your labor and what you have poured out to others privately, that this year would be the year of great manifestation for the seeds that you've sown, the words of encouragement, the time, the tears, and the food, the finances that you've sown into so many others, that this will be a year, and I just speak it over your life prophetically, where there will be no lack. That this will be the year where you all will see the favor of the Lord. And people will wonder, how did this happen, or what did they do, and all of this to get here. I just want you to know that God is stirring up the four winds over your life, and seeds that's been held dormant, a harvest that has yet to return to you, shall return and shall overtake you. And literally, there shall not be room enough for you to receive it. And I speak over your life, not only wealth and riches in your life, but I speak health. Every generational assignment that's been targeted to come up against you, we take authority over it, and we speak long life. We speak what the enemy thought he would do to sabotage you all and to get you in a valley. I hear the Spirit of the Lord saying, what you thought was your darkest chapter will be the chapter where my glory shall be revealed in your life. And I will never bring you to a place where I would not bring you through it. And I just see you all writing. I see you all laughing. I see you all sharing. I see you all as a safe space that God will use, in the desires of your heart shall be manifested. And so guys, I love you. And I'm y'all know I'm Team Myers all the way. I'm Team Myers all the way. And Alice, she's crazy about you all to all. We're just flat out crazy about you.
You can't be coming on here doing that, man.
Hey, Al, I tried to stay in my life, but this is what I understand. Even when I look at, because I look at God, and I ask God, okay, now I've been doing ministry and I've been focused on that, and then where does the insurance and where the financial piece? And the Lord began to share with me, that's where most people have the greatest arena of warfare. In the finances. And so I see it as a part of the kingdom assignment that the Lord's given my precious bride in myself. And so dude, I'm grateful.
Well, I'm grateful for y'all stepping in and saving us. Wow. And the teachings we've gotten underneath you has broadened our minds, how we think about everything, about our walk in Christ, about everything. It's outstanding. It's outstanding. And then when it switched over, it just went further up. We're under such great teachings, and for people to take it for granted is just mind-blowing to me. But we do what we do because we want to see people do better. He said 2024 was was a trying year.
Yeah.
But we had lights.
Yeah. Yeah.
We had something to eat every day.
Yeah.
You know, we had somewhere to live. It might not have been where we wanted to live, but it wasn't a cardboard box or a tent.
Yeah.
You know, we had clothes.
Yeah.
And we had enough to feed somebody else.
Yeah.
So it was more on the lines of our own guilty pleasures. Maybe we weren't able to do some other things because we got used to spending money and you know, going places and doing things.
Yeah.
So it's learning, you know, from our frivolous mistakes and doing better. That's all.
Carmen, you're speaking to my heart, and I just saw Mother Joyce mention and just saying how you all's lives change for the better the day that she walked into LWCF. And while you were talking, I could remember during that time we had 8 o'clock services. And I can remember your mother and your aunt and your uncles and all of I said, and 8 o'clock, I'm thinking, Lord, folk get up for church at 8, they must love the Lord a whole lot. But
Elder Johnny's fault.
but every week, you all would be there. And when I didn't have the opportunity to know your father in a great way, but I know your father by knowing you. And like Jesus said, if you've seen me, you've seen the Father. I know what an awesome father he was. I know what an awesome husband he was to Mother Joyce, and just the whole legacy. I see y'all sitting on like the 3rd or 4th row in the middle, sitting on the end. I don't know if y'all would fight to get that end seat, but you all it's a rich place in my life for you all, and I never take for granted the people that God has blessed. Some people I pastored for a season, and others, what Jesus said, I no longer call you servants, I call you friends. And it ain't about titles, ain't about positions and all of that. The relationship with you all is priceless, man. It's priceless.
Yeah, we feel that way about y'all.
Wow. Al, don't get me crying on no Thursday night.
So when I talk about you all the time, nobody knows who you, not as a face to who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time that this is the gentleman, this is the guy who wrote the book, Healing the Father Wound. And he kept us, well, I didn't know what I was looking for at the particular time, but something was missing. And they started a counseling session that was supposed to be for 12 weeks.
Yeah.
In there for 2 years. And God used this man to save my life.
Wow.
I mean, literally saved my life because I was teetering. And it has not been a time. I mean, this dude is a busy dude. And it has not been a time that I've called him or texted him that he has not responded.
Right.
He has not responded, man. And I'm talking about that is such a unique quality, man. If you understood how busy he is. And I'm telling you, Bishop, man, I ain't never met nobody like you. I ain't never met nobody like you, man. I'm being serious. Between you and Apostle Charlie, I just it has really helped me navigate through life because I got somebody I could call that's valid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not somebody, come on, man, let's go. Now somebody that's going to say, hey, wait a minute. you might want to calm down a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you are really valued in our household, man.
Yeah.
Whew, that says a lot. That says a lot. Al, I remember so many stories. But one that stands out, I can't tell it all because one of the things I've definitely committed to confidentiality, and I don't share folk info and all of that. But I remember I was on the way to Philly. I was in Newport News. I was on the way to Philly, and I don't know if you text me or call. I'm thinking you text me and said I need to talk to you. And this was dealing with the house situation because people look at where you are and where you all are, and they want to wear your shoes, but they don't know the level of warfare and the things behind the scene.
Mm-hmm.
And in that day, when you called, I was on the way to driving to Philly from Newport News, and I just felt the pain in your heart with what and I said, Lord, I thank you that he's not near the realtor.
Mm.
I think because the level of pain and brokenness, because I mean, you talking about hope deferred make the heart sick, and so you believing for a thing, and then even as you believe for a thing, thinking that those who would partner and serve with you and represent you would do the honorable thing. And when those who are dear to you don't do the honorable thing, it makes us angry. And it's all right to be angry and to have those moments. But I'm so glad. I can't tell it all, Rich. I can't tell it all. I'm so glad that you reached out to me because literally, and we've gone through some challenging moments. I don't know when I have been most concerned with Al Myers than that moment. Because I know what you say, Brooklyn or Brooklyn came to Virginia
in ways that you have no clue.
Yeah, it was.
It was not.
It was a bad time, man.
Yeah. But I just want you to know, in both of you all, I'm so godly proud of y'all, man. And you thought you missed something, or if we would have known early, I say to everybody, we can't unscramble eggs.
That's right.
but maturity is coming to a place now, making the adjustment so that this phase of our lives will be the best in the information that we've gained. That, Peter, when you converted, strengthen your brothers and your sisters, and you all are doing that, and I'm just grateful. I'm just grateful.
Yeah, that's just our purpose. When we learn something, I learn something, get information. I want others to gain that information. And don't go off of every word I said. Look it up.
Yeah,
it's a fact that you can put your money in there and gain more than what you put in, and it's tax free.
Yeah.
So we got to just learn how to do better.
Yeah. And Carmen, you know that I say this not boasting, but I know I'm entering into the best season of my life. And I know that I'm entering into the wealthiest season of my life. But it starts with the heart. It starts with the heart, and we have to do right by people.
That's right.
Yes,
that's right.
We got to. I've seen a whole lot of people say they love the Lord, and when I've seen some of the scrupulous things taking place behind the scene. I'm asking, now what Lord are you serving? Because on Sunday you are integral in your uniform, in your religious attire, but how do you treat your co-workers? How do you treat those in your business? From I don't care how much money you got.
That's right.
You don't have enough money to invalidate and to dehumanize and to talk down to people. Nah, I ain't got time for that foolishness.
No.
Wow, man. Hell, you said we would just be out here for 10 minutes, man.
That's what I thought, man. That's what I thought, man.
That's what somebody said. We started out talking about insurance. Yeah. We talked about something else.
They said this is going from life insurance to life giving from the spirit. Yeah. This dude is really, really a gem to us, man.
Yeah.
I mean, real.
And we had to share him with you guys so that you could glean off of him.
Now y'all got a face with the guy.
And information. And please reach out to him if you have questions regarding it. Yeah. And I'm saying this is something, just how we got to stop doing basic stuff.
Yeah.
When you got to get a car, you get car insurance. You don't just get basic insurance because you don't want to pay out the behind for repairs and stuff like that. You get what's going to cover you if something goes wrong with your car.
Yeah.
We got to stop doing basic stuff and doing stuff that benefits you when you get older.
Yeah.
And then you get older and you die. Yeah. Then your offspring, your children, your children's children can benefit and they can start something.
Right. Yeah.
But it's not just giving them money because you died. You got to teach them what this is about, that it's a legacy.
What's up, Roger?
Oh, my man Roger, old turn. That's my dude. That's my that we talk about mental health. Roger needs help. I'm sorry, Lisa, but you know your husband needs some major help.
That's my dude right there, boy.
Yeah. But Carmen and Al, even just reaching out for those who just want to know more, or it's no shame if you come and say, I'm 40 years old and I don't have no insurance. This thing is about compassion. This thing ain't about judgment.
That's right.
That I've been self-employed and I'm doing this and I don't have a retirement. Ain't no shame to that. You've been living. You made it to this point.
That's right.
All right. Now, how do we capitalize from this moment and assist you in your journey to financial freedom and generational blessings for your children, grandchildren, and we're not just talking about one policy. Man, you can have as many policies as you desire.
Mm-hmm.
You follow me? And folk think, all right, well, I just got a house. Yes, you can own a house, or you can own 5 houses.
Mm-hmm.
You follow, and there's value in that. But at the same time, when you look at understanding that this is what Alice talks about as team legacy, that we're aiding people to help build their legacy and to extend so that sons and daughters will be able to pursue their vision without any restrictions.
That's right.
Right, exactly. Mm-hmm.
Man.
I don't want it to end.
Really, Al, yourself. No.
This was really good.
Yeah.
Really, really good. For all of you guys who are trying to get a hold of him, his email address has been scrolling on the bottom. You can reach him on Facebook, Stephen W. Banks. This is some of the other things that he does. Scrolling across the bottom, he's a personal coaching, relationship coaching, professional coaching, spiritual coaching, transitional coaching. This is one of his books. The Gatekeepers with the Work is a very, very good book.
Yes.
My favorite is Healing the Father Wound.
Yes.
That comes with a workbook as well. And we call him Bishop, but he has a million names, but the one we value the most is Friend.
Yeah.
My man.
Bishop, we love you, man.
Man, I love you all. Can we do this next week too?
We on every Thursday, man. You are welcome to come on anytime.
Right.
Awesome. Well, Al, we look forward to our next. We were in Virginia in December, and our schedule was just so hectic. We really didn't get a chance to meet with any friends or just some downtime with friends and family. But we're making plans to come back during the spring. I'm down in Dallas, but we're looking at coming back. Hey Pedro, what's going on, dude? Coming back and doing the spring, and would love not only, we're going to have some downtime with you all, but even individuals who desire to learn more about the IUL or more about even the opportunity. Because when I saw this opportunity, I knew in my heart several years ago that this was the vehicle, and understand, I knew that this was the vehicle that the Lord would have for me to release me financially, so that even a greater measure of my ministry dealing with the fathering and that whole piece will be able to be released and wouldn't be restricted financially to just different individual opportunity. So I want to encourage individuals. Stay tuned. When I come out to Texas, please check us out, Mother. When we come back, Al would love to just meet with you and Carmen and just some other individuals that you all may have. And Alice and I, we just want to sit down and just share and just talk more about the IUL and more about insurance and annuity, because Alice, she's been in the business for 20 years. And so when the Lord spoke to me and said, that's your life partner, it wasn't too long after that he shared with me that she's your helper and she's your coach. She's your teacher. And so I have the most awesome teacher on the planet. And I'm just grateful for that. And Al, we look forward to, like I say, just coming back and just sharing and having those moments together with you and those individuals that's connected with you. But others, make sure you reach out, inbox me, and we have the our session this weekend that's taken. It's already sold out. Alice had to pull the flyer from her page, and it's going to be a powerful, intimate time. And this is our first time doing it together as husband and wife. And so I'm just excited, but we look forward to putting that on the road, as well as some other things that the Lord has placed on our hearts.
Well,
somebody got questions?
No, that's about it. Man, this has been rich.
Wow.
And I pray that people received what was said and that he made it so plain that you understand that it's attainable. Yeah. It's not like thousands of dollars. If you have it that way, then yeah. I was listening to some blogger and he was saying at our age, we can use it like a savings.
Yeah.
And we could put the $1,500, $2,000 a month into one. And then we can, and I think it was either 10 years from now, we would have X amount of dollars. So, I mean, if you can put big money, but you could put as little as $50.
Yeah.
You spend more on hair and makeup and your nails and your feet. Take 1 month without. Do it yourself.
That's Bishop's fault about the feet. He told me where to go.
I did tell you.
And they do an excellent job.
Hey, Carmen, I normally, like my private spots, I normally don't tell folk about it. But when Al asked me about, I told him, and then it wasn't long after. Hey, babe. Hey, she made it back. What's going on?
Hey!
Look at her.
Look. Hey!
Lord.
I missed him while I was gone.
Lord.
You did such a good job, babe. Did you sign me up?
I did sign you up.
Okay.
Are you ready for the Christian Jubilee? Write my name on the road.
On the road.
I want to be. You don't know the next part. I want to be. Gotta be born again.
Sing, baby.
That's all I know.
Open the doors of the church now. Y'all sing. Hey, Al and Carmen, it was so good tuning in with you guys. Y'all.
Oh, this was great.
I love you guys, and it was so good to see you when we were in Virginia. I just wish we'd had more time because y'all they are funny. They are funny, precious and funny. Well, y'all take care. Love you.
Yes, ma'am.
You too.
Good night. Thank you, Bishop.
Honey,
I got something for you.
Huh?
Uh-oh.
You still on?
Oh,
Hello. Some folk you can't take nowhere. Some folk you can't put them on the air. You try to help them out. Hey, Al, but thank you and Carmen so much. And I just know, man, I love you guys.
Man. Thank you so much, Bishop.
You know we love you.
We'll have you back on.
Give my love to everyone, and anything I can do for those who are watching or even those who catch the replay, feel free just to reach out, all right?
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, sir.
Okay, then. Hey, love y'all there. Blessings.
Right,
okay.
Well, that was it, y'all. Fantastic show. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Reach out to him.
Yes.
For your insurance needs. Prayerfully, by the time he gets to VA, I'll have my license. And I will be selling insurance.
Yeah. Yeah.
So from Carmen out, I'm Alfred.
I'm Carmen.
She got it right. Y'all guys be good. I hope y'all enjoyed this show because we really did. We didn't know he was gonna come on.
Oh, we had no
clue.
That. No clue.
But that's what he do. Good night, guys. See you later.
Good night.
All right.